Hello everyone. This will be the last part of this shelf. I have another full shelf, bookcase, whatever you want to call it. So this is the last one here, last row here. This is Cosima from Orphan Black. Uh, I'll talk about that series later. I do have that on Blu-ray, and this is Lexa, I believe, from the 100 TV show. We talked about this earlier. It's more versions of Taylor Swift's Lover album. Ghostbusters 1 and 2. Really great films right here. I like 2 a lot. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I love 2. It's a part of my childhood. Absolutely love it. Had to own both. Not huge on the Paul Feig remake or reboot. It was okay, but not anything worth owning. Rome, the series. What a fantastic series. Canceled way too soon. I feel like it was rushed near the end, but it was just so good. I wish it went longer. It could have gone longer. It could have gone more in depth. But for what we got, this was fantastic. An international version of a region-free version of Ultimate Vacation Collection. This has all the vacation films. The original Vacation, which is great, European Vacation, which is also great, Christmas Vacation, which is also great, and Vegas Vacation, which is also great. Vegas Vacation is probably the weakest, but still good. Back to the Future trilogy. What collection is complete without these 3 films? First one's the best. I think they go in order of how good they are. And then the Man with No Name trilogy. So for a few dollars more is my favorite one. All 3 are great, but for a few dollars more is probably my favorite one. I got this when I was in England. I know they have a smaller one here, but being that I got it in England, I feel like, it was kind of like a memory kind of purchase. So I don't want to get rid of this one. And then the Ultimate Comedy Collection, the 40-Year-Old Virgin, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Knocked Up, and all 3 are there. Maybe I could just show it real quick. So that Forgetting Sarah Marshall, pretty good film. I like that. Knocked Up, also pretty good. Not as funny as the other 2. And 40-Year-Old Virgin, which I think is the best one from all of them. 40-Year-Old Virgin, I think it came out. I think that's Steve Carell before The Office. Before The Office started. I'm not sure though. Anyways, so those are those 3. Let me just put these away. Apologize for that. Now time to bring these down, and as you can see, it is the tightest fit on earth, and it drives me crazy. But storage is a real issue. Whoa. Okay. So we'll start. We'll start here with The King of Comedy, a Martin Scorsese film that's often forgotten, but it's fantastic Robert De Niro performance. A lot of people when they think of Joker, they think of King of Comedy, and I can definitely see the correlation, and Robert De Niro is in the film as well, so the influence is very heavy there. Great film, great performance by Robert De Niro. It's awkward at times, but it's definitely worth a watch. Then we got a film that I thought I would hate, but I actually like a lot. Judd Apatow's King of Staten Island. Pete Davidson, not a huge fan, but in this film, I think he did well. I think it was pretty funny, heartfelt as well. Definitely worth a watch. It is pretty long though. Judd Apatow films are usually pretty long. I don't know why. Kingpin, really good bowling film with Woody Harrelson and Bill Murray being a fantastic villain in that one. Very memorable Farrelly brothers film there. And then we have Knight of Cups, Terrence Malick film, which I really like. I like this loose kind of script experimentation of Terrence Malick, and this is one of those films similar to like Tree of Life and Song to Song, so I really like that one. Knives Out, had a blast watching that in the cinema. Comes with a nice little clear slip. Really good Rian Johnson film. He gets a lot of criticism for The Last Jedi, but I think he did a really great job with this. Once again, I don't know if a sequel really helps. Like some films I feel like shouldn't have sequels, but this is the industry. Knowing, pretty good Alex Proyas end of the world type scenario film, and this one's with Nicolas Cage. Enjoyable for sure. Kong Skull Island, I guess I should have put that up with the other Godzillas and stuff, but not a bad King Kong film. Leaves a little more to be desired, but once the monster is there, once you see him, it's all pretty cool. Kuba and the Two Strings. Like, this is the only Leica animation film that I have, and the only one I really like. Really good film, very creative, nice score, animation to go with it. La Belle Noises, and The Beautiful Troublemaker. Didn't know much about it, saw it. It's long, pretty good film though. I think it's like a 2 discs or something because it's so long. La Dolce Vita, a film by Federico Fellini. Saw this recently. My dream destination is to go to Italy actually, and then just seeing some scenes in this makes me wanna do it. Pretty good film. I have 2. This was a blind buy, Criterion blind buy, and then I also did another film which will come later on. La La Land. Great film, great musical. Damien Chazelle knocked it out of the park. Emma Stone's fantastic. Ryan Gosling's fantastic. Songs are fantastic. Everything's great. Only thing I don't like is the steelbook. I saw Walmart had a really nice slipcover come out for it, and then just the general regular slip movie poster of this was great. I don't like the steelbook. I don't really like the white of it, but the movie is the movie. Lady Bird, fantastic film. Saoirse Ronan is fantastic in this. Quotable. What more can I say? Outstanding debut by Greta Gerwig in a film, directing, anyways. All right, let's move on. Picked this one up pretty recently. Last Action Hero, Arnold Schwarzenegger film. That's way ahead of its time because it's like so self-aware of what it is. Pretty good steelbook. This is a 4K. Yeah. You can't be an Arnold fan if you have not seen that one. A Christmas film that I actually really like, Last Christmas. It is very predictable, and the music of like George Michael in it seems kind of like ham-fisted in there, but overall the 2 leads are charming. It's just a good feel-good type of film at points. Last Dance, got this one because as a blind buy, because I was on a Sharon Stone kick, and this was not very good. It's very similar to that movie Dead Man Walking, I guess, but a not as good version. And we have The Last House on the Left. This is the original one, the Wes Craven one. Pretty good film. And then we have The Last House on the Left remake, which is also good and pretty violent. The Strangers, which is the reason I got this set, because I really like The Strangers. I think The Strangers is fantastic. The sequel wasn't as good. And then A Perfect Getaway, which I saw in theaters, and I thought it was pretty obvious what the plot was, and I was right. Not a bad film though, even though it was predictable. The Last Samurai, a really good film. I think it's Edward Zwick is the director of it. Good Tom Cruise film. Last Witch Hunter, got this because it's pure camp. Not too bad. I really like Rose Leslie, and she's in this film. Wish she had more of a Hollywood career. Lawless, a pretty nice steelbook here. This has Tom Hardy and Shia LaBeouf, and it's a really good film as well. I've only seen it once, which is a shame. Not so into sports, but A League of Their Own. I really enjoy this film. Gina Davis, classic. I don't even like baseball, but this film I really like. And then we have Leaving Las Vegas. Saw this for a film class. Thought it was fantastic. Nicolas Cage is great in this. So is Elizabeth Sue. This kind of shows addiction and how crazy it is. And then the story behind like the writer of the book and selling the rights and whatever. It's really interesting to read. Legally Blonde 1 and 2. I love Legally Blonde 1. Reese Witherspoon is fantastic in it. 2 I did not like very much. And then Leon the Professional, Luc Besson film, a fantastic one. Nice face type steelbook with a young Natalie Portman. Really good film. And we got 2 more of these top stack things. Hopefully nothing falls. Okay. Leprechaun 7 film collection. Got this really recently, like a few months ago. I went through all of them. The first one's pretty good. I think 2 and 3, the one in Vegas where they're like gambling and stuff. I like that one, and I think 2 wasn't bad either. And then the space one sucked. I didn't like the In the Hoods. Origins was not very good either. The first three I think are the best ones as far as that goes. And then we have a custom, the Beatles Let It Be. This is the motion picture, basically the kind of like the documentary that was done with the rooftop concert as well, custom made. You know, I love the Beatles, so I have to have it. Letters from Iwo Jima. This came out along with Flags of Our Fathers, a Clint Eastwood film. This was a different type of war film by Clint Eastwood, and I really like it. I especially like the score of that one. Speaking of the 10 out of 10 films that I always talk about, Life of Pi is a 10 out of 10 film. Absolutely love this film. Deserved Best Director. Ang Lee, it's fantastic. The story is heartwarming, absolutely incredible, all the way through. Visuals are stunning. If there's a 4K out there, I might need to get it because I love this film. I think I'm always wowed by Life of Pi. I love that film. Lights Out. This was a horror pack film that came in the horror pack. Not bad because this film is pretty good. I do like Teresa Palmer, and it's like a pretty short horror film, which is kind of the way it should be, I think. Lilo and Stitch. I love Stitch. He's my favorite Disney character. I think the original Lilo and Stitch is a fantastic film, very emotional, one of Disney's best actually, and the sequel wasn't too bad, but not as good, and I started watching the series but I kind of fell off. I think they're doing a live action, which I think will be weird. Limitless, pretty good film about a man who comes across a pill that makes him access like the deep recesses of his mind, and then he's performing on like super crazy high levels. Great film all around. And we have another 10 out of 10. I love this film. Lion is an amazing stories. I feel like it should have won some awards because the story of this is absolutely incredible and it's true. It is so well acted on all fronts. An amazing film. I can't tell you how much I like this film. And Rooney Mara is also in it, and I love her. I love that film. The Lion King, absolutely a classic. I mean, what more can I say? Everyone loves The Lion King, right? But everyone did not like the live action. I thought it was okay. It's nowhere near as good as the first. The animated one, but it's okay. It does what it needs to do. The photorealistic animals was kind of weird, I guess. And then Little Mermaid, nice little slipcover there. Pretty good film. I am looking forward to the new live action one that's coming out. As I mentioned before, I do like the live action Disney's. I think more often than not they get it right, and I enjoy it. We're gonna go the other way this time. Okay, first off is Little Woman, which is a 3-part PBS miniseries with Maya Hawke, and some other actresses as well, Emily Watson. Really good miniseries. There's a few versions of Little Woman that I've seen, and I think this miniseries is pretty good. And then I also have, oh man, everything's falling over. Like, this is the hardest video to record because everything is so low right now. Little Woman, really good. Greta Gerwig follow-up to Lady Bird. Saoirse Ronan's fantastic in it. I really like this film. Yeah, saw that one in theaters. Thought it was great. I did not read that book though. It is a long book. The Little Things, saw this one on HBO Max when it came out, and I liked it. A lot of people have problems with the ending and the way it was delivered. I thought the build-up was incredible for this. I think it's a good film. Enjoyable film. Now we're talking about Lizzie. This is about Lizzie Borden, the axe murderer. Everything's falling, so I'm like so distracted. But yeah, Lizzie is a good film. Chloe Sevigny and Kristen Stewart are in it. It's a bit of a slow build, but I enjoyed it. We talked about The Favorite earlier, and this is from the same director, The Lobster. Such a weird concept, but it just works so well. Absolutely fantastic. Enjoyed this film tenfold. I like that film a lot. And then another one that I really liked is The Lodge, that came out recently. I don't want to talk anything about this film. I think it's from the director of Goodnight Mommy, or Goodbye Mommy. I think it's Goodnight Mommy. Amazing film. Riley Keough is great in it. It's the mood of this film is just great. I wanna watch it now. The Loft, not a bad film. Has its issues, but pretty good film about a group of, like, a mysterious murder and then a group of guys, and then you gotta kind of figure out what happened in the loft that night. A nice Steven Soderbergh film, kind of like Ocean's 11, but a little more like southern, I guess, with a southern taste. Logan Lucky. Daniel Craig in this film is just weird, but overall good film. I appreciated the heist. I like a good heist film. Lord of the Rings 3-film collection. I only have the theatrical versions. I did see the extended versions, but I never felt like a need to own it, just because I'm not gonna go back and watch Lord of the Rings all the time. But great series. I think the Two Towers is my favorite, but Return of the King might just be objectively. Return of the King might be like theoretically the best one. Lord of Chaos. This came in a horror pack, and I hated this film. This is about that band, some Norwegian black metal band named Mayhem, and then like the lead singer killing himself or something. It was I hated this film. Once this came, I already saw this film, but like once this came in a horror pack, I was just like, you know what? I'm so unimpressed by what I'm getting in a horror pack these days that I'm canceling it. You know, and I still have that one. A film from my favorite director of all time, Lost Highway. So Lost Highway, I remember. I think I got the DVD, and I was just like, when is this coming out on Blu-ray? And it finally came out, and I was so excited. Love this film. A lot of it doesn't make sense, I guess, but I just love David Lynch and his vision, and the way he does things is just amazing. Lost in Translation. This is the first film from Sofia Coppola. Really great film. Bill Murray. I need to watch this again. It's been a minute. So last roll right here. Let's go ahead and do it. Starting with Inferno. This is the Robert Langdon, Tom Hanks series. Inferno is pretty good. The book is way better than the movie, but the movie wasn't bad. It was a little disappointing, but not bad. Inglourious Bastards, not up there with my favorite Quentin Tarantino, if I'm being honest, but a good film nonetheless. Christoph Waltz is great in it. I've just never felt like I needed to rewatch it. Ingrid Goes West, amazingly awkward film right here. Wow, I can't even talk about how awkward it is. It's a good film though. Definitely watch that one. Aubrey Plaza is great in it. Inherent Vice, got this one abroad in England. Nice PTA film. I didn't understand it, parts of it when I first watched it, but I do want to rewatch it again. It's a mood as well. Then I got this foreign version of Inland Empire because the Criterion doesn't want to release anything else from David Lynch, do they? Inland Empire is fantastic. I love the way this film is shot. This film stars Laura Dern. This is a 3-hour film, but the Blu-ray release of this works just fine. So even if they did release it on Criterion, I would just get it for like collector purposes, I guess. But I'm very happy to have this. I really love that film. Here is the other 10 out of 10 film from Ty West that I was talking about, The Innkeepers. Amazing film about a haunted hotel and the two what are they called? Like the two lobby attendants. Amazing film. It has Sarah Paxton in it. She's fantastic. I love this film so much. I watch it every October. Inside Llewyn Davis, great Coen Brothers film. More music based, starring Oscar Isaac and this wonderful cat. Love that film. Had to own it. Glad Criterion released it. In Bruges, really good film by, I think his name is Malcolm McDonough, maybe. Martin McDonough. Yeah, great film. Slightly comedic, well written. The director of that film, he's done some good stuff. Into the Night, I got this because I was on a real Michelle Pfeiffer kick. And this is a pretty good film. This was a blind buy for me, and it's a John Landis film from Shout Select when they were doing a sale. Good film. I really like it. Inside Out, one of my favorite Pixar films of all time. So much emotion in this film and just extremely well written, and what a beautiful lenticular cover. Probably the best lenticular I have. Look at this. I need to rewatch that. I really like that film. And then this is a horror pack. They gave it to me in a horror pack. I wish they gave chapter 2 because I do like chapter 2 a little better than 3. I'm not a huge fan of Insidious 3 or 4. But you know, I have it, got it in hardpack. Maybe I'll get rid of it. I don't know. Into the Woods. I do love Anna Kendrick. This is not a bad musical. Could have been better. But you know, for what it is, it's pretty good. Pretty good songs, production on that one. When I told you about films that, like, you know, when you watch it the first time and you hate it and then you rewatch it again, this applies right here. So I saw Interstellar in theaters and I hated it. I just felt like it was trying to do too much. It wasn't as clever or emotional as it seemed. And then I rewatched it again on a plane trip from England back, or Croatia, or I forgot where it was. But whatever the case is, I was coming home and I saw it and loved it. That's when I really started appreciating what Christopher Nolan was doing. And then I got the 4K. I think this is the 4K, yes. And then I got like a new full 4K TV and I watched it again, and I love it. I love this film. It flies by for me. If I'm being honest, I think this is my favorite from Christopher Nolan. Probably, I don't know, but I really like that film that much. It's an amazing film. Draft House is one of the best companies when they release Blu-rays. I really like the way they do the reversible cover, and then I think they do a little more as well. Yeah, they put a nice little booklet in there. The Invitation, amazing film. I think this is on Netflix, or it just left Netflix, but that is a really, really, really good film. Very underrated, or like people haven't heard of it. Invisible Man, amazing film. Lee Wynell, I do want to get upgraded because I like that film a lot. This is how you do a kind of like a Monsters Universe reboot, and just make it, you know, just change it up and make it effective. And this is exactly what this film is. And Elizabeth Moss is great in that. The Irishman, saw that first on Netflix. Great film. It is a good film. Very well acted. It is a chore to watch though. It is so long. And then I got it again and I watched it again and it felt like a chore. But don't let that take away from its quality, because it is a good film. Now we have Iron Man 1, the one that started it all. MCU films, good film. Iron Man 2, not as good. Probably one of the weaker in the entire universe. And then Iron Man 3, which I didn't like that much, but when I rewatched it, you know, I kind of appreciated what it had to offer a little more. That's the beauty of like rewatching films. So then you can kind of see something and really like it. Just give me a second. I want to pause the NBA final because I want to pay attention to what's going on over there. The Island, a great Michael Bay film. I really like this film. The second half maybe not as good as the first, but the concept is just amazing. This is why I don't criticize Michael Bay as much of just being like explosions and all that. There are some real gems in his filmography, and I really appreciate The Island. I like it. Stephen King's It, the TV miniseries, the 2-part one, amazing film. Tim Curry does a fantastic job. I love it. This is a really good one. I watched it as a kid and I really liked it. And then this is the remake with Bill Skarsgård, I think is his name. This was also a really good remake. That one was so effective. And then It Chapter 2 was just awful. Man, I hated It Chapter 2. It was just so long, and it just retreaded the same ground as the one that came directly before. It didn't work for me. It Follows. Micah Monroe is also in this film. I love her. Good film by David Robert Mitchell. A different type of horror film. Kind of like a resurgence in the genre. I like that one. And then I really like the Steelbook. This is actually one of the better Steelbooks in my collection as well. Really like that one. And then we have It's a Wonderful Life. Pretty good classic Christmas film with James Stewart. And not a bad little slipcover there as well. Try to watch that every Christmas. Here is a dollar store dollar buy, Jack and Diane. I got this because of the cast: Juno Temple, Riley Keough. Not a bad film. It was okay. Like, so the dollar store pickups, you know, when you pick it up for $1 and it turns out to be something you like, that's what it's all about. Jackie, I really like this film. I'm a big fan of JFK. I have JFK coming up right there actually. And then I thought this was a really incredible performance by Natalie Portman. The structure of the film is amazing. Even this like opening slipcover is great. Natalie Portman's great in it. Really, really, really like that film. A lot of people don't talk about that one, but that's a good one. Jackie Brown, another one that's great. As far as Quentin Tarantino films go, it is probably on the lower end, but that's not taking anything away from it because it's a really good film. Very enjoyable film as well. I had a custom-made Jason Goes to Hell Friday the 13th. Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. Because, you know, this was before that Friday the 13th Scream Factory box set came out. I do have that box set. It's going to be in probably the last video because it's away with the other, like, box sets. But, yeah, I have that, and I just held on to that. I don't know what to do with it yet. Jason Statham 6-pack that I picked up pretty recently. For the life of me, even though I just saw it recently, I cannot remember what Wild Card was about or whether I liked it. I just can't remember. I don't know why. War, I like quite a bit. Bank Job is pretty good. Transporter 3, probably the weakest of the Transporters, but not bad. Crank 1 and 2, I like almost interchangeably, but 1 is better. I can't remember Wild Card. I don't know why. Jaws, classic 4K. Really classic Steven Spielberg film. Very rewatchable. I should try to watch it every July 4th, but you know, things don't work out that way sometimes. But that is a great film. It should be in everyone's collection, really. Alrighty. Jeepers Creepers, the first one, another stupid J card thing. These drive me crazy. Really great film though. Pretty good horror film that the sequel also lived up to it. With that monster, I forgot his name. This character has like a name, doesn't he? Oh, whatever. The Jeepers Creeper monster. And then the third one was shit. Like I thought that film was just way off bad, so bad. Jennifer's Body. Love this film. This is already a cult classic. And I say that with full confidence. Megan Fox is just as beautiful as ever in this film. Amazing film. Jennifer's Body is something I'll try to watch every October as well. A really good Oliver Stone film. Probably my favorite from him in this nice digipack. JFK. Kevin Costner is brilliant in this film. This is just an all-around brilliant film that like kind of takes you through, hey, the controversy on who shot JFK. It's a really good film. Let's move this out of the way. Jingle All the Way, classic Arnold Schwarzenegger Christmas film. One of my favorite Christmas films of all time. I'll try to watch it every year. Absolutely amazing. Turbo Man. Joe Dirt. This is probably my favorite David Spade film. I think it was great. Funny for its time. And I know there's a sequel, but I've just never had the interest of seeing it. Maybe I'll watch it one day, see if it's any good. John Wick, this is all 3, I believe. I did have John Wick 1 and 2 separately, or 2 and 3 separately. I had it in a weird order, but once the series came out, I got it. Fantastic looking steelbook, great series as well. All 3 are great. It's hard to pick, but maybe the third one is my favorite. Jojo Rabbit, amazing film by the director of Thor Ragnarok, Taika Waititi. Absolutely amazing film. It's funny, but it's very emotional and very heartfelt as well. I really like Thomasin McKenzie in this film, and the entire cast. This is such a good film. Another really good film from probably the same year is Joker. This is a pretty nice steelbook. Everybody knows about this film. Joaquin Phoenix is incredible in this film. Joker is great. It is a film that does not need a sequel though. I don't know why, but we're getting one. Jonah Hex, very cheap pickup for me from a used store. Got it because I really like Megan Fox. The film itself is just a mess. I don't know anything about the comics of Jonah Hex, whatever, but this film is a mess. Just the Megan Fox factor. Joy, not a bad David O. Russell film about the woman who created the Miracle Mop. And I really like these slipcovers. I wish they did more like that. But pretty good performances from everyone around in that film. Juliet Naked, really good kind of like a romantic comedy about like a singer and this guy being in Ethan Hawke's character's fan club for all these years, and then he disappears off the face of the earth, and then like kind of comes back, and he doesn't believe that it's him, and then he forms a relationship. The way I'm describing it probably sounds so confusing, but good film. Jumanji, the original, and I do really like this board game, Steelbook. This is, I believe it's a 4K. Amazing one from the childhood, memorable all the time. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. I love the way they took this film. It's so funny. I love the inclusion of all of these characters. The Rock and Kevin Hart work well together. Jack Black is a standout. This one works so well. I love Welcome to the Jungle. The next level, just switching the characters around and making them different this time, it didn't work so well for me. This one also wasn't as funny, so I was just kind of hoping that they would stop with the Jumanji films here. They probably won't, but it's okay. Now we have the full Jurassic World collection. They call it Jurassic World collection, but this includes Jurassic Park 1, 2, 3, Jurassic World, and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. So 1 is great. I love 1. 2, The Lost World, has moments that I like. 3, I don't like very much. I loved Jurassic World. I thought it was a really wonderful theater experience. And then Fallen Kingdom was just okay. I paid a pretty penny to get this one, Just Friends. Amazing film that is hard to find on Blu-ray. I think this is actually like a Canadian release. Amazing film. One of my favorite Ryan Reynolds films. Man, I really like this film, and his relationship with Amy Smart in this, and how funny it is, how cozy this film is. Just Friends is an amazing film. I really like this film. Now we got the Justice League, that the inferior one, after watching the Zack Snyder's Justice League, which is amazing, and I ordered the steelbook for that one. Hopefully that comes soon and all that. This one was just a mess. You could tell it was a mess. You could see how uneven it was, like with Josh Whedon and then Zack Snyder directing it. It just felt so incomplete. I do like the steelbook cover for this, but man, this is one I'm never gonna watch again, because the real Justice League is the one that was released on HBO Max, and that was incredible. Justine, a film from Vinegar Syndrome. Thought it looked pretty cool. They do a good job with their releases, and about that one. That is more like an X-rated type film. The Karate Kid, the original one, really good film. I know people are watching Cobra Kai and all that. I haven't gotten into it, and I don't have the rest of the Karate Kids. I do like 2, but my love for Karate Kid might end there. Kick-Ass 2. So I do have Kick-Ass 1. It's just part of a triple pack that's probably coming later. So I do have Kick-Ass 1. I like Kick-Ass 1. Kick-Ass 2 I also like. It's not as good as 1, but it's definitely not a bad film. I think people criticize that one. Now comes my very favorite Studio Ghibli film, Kiki's Delivery Service. I love this film. I adore this film. Okay, is this my favorite? I don't know. There's another one that might be my favorite, but this is top 2 for me, for sure. I love this film so much. Oh my god, it makes me feel so good. These Studio Ghibli films always make me feel so good. I don't know, man. The animation on these are just brilliant. I love these films, and I really like that a lot of them got steelbook treatment, and the ones that I'm missing I'm probably gonna get, because I just love all of them. I really do. Kill Bill Volume 1 and then Kill Bill Volume 2. Very thankful to have gotten the steelbooks. They were not easy finds. I think I just randomly found them. It might have been at Best Buy, and then I just snagged them right away. But yes, Kill Bill 1 and 2, kind of like the same film. Quentin Tarantino considers them one film. Kill Bill 1 is definitely better than Volume 2, but both are really good. You can't go wrong with Quentin Tarantino. You really can't. The Killer Inside Me. So this is a pretty violent ass film. Casey Affleck's character is like pretty despicable in this film. I think it's based on a book. Not a bad noir. I'm so bad at pronouncing things, but yeah, it is really violent though, so just have that in mind before going into that one. Not a bad film. This is the King original. No, it's not the original. This is the Peter Jackson King Kong. I know they re-released that in 4K and a nice release and all that, but I already have the extended and theatrical version here. So you know, and I like this comic book steelbook. Peter Jackson. I really like what he did with this. This is a long film. First hour, a lot of people might say it feels irrelevant or not needed. I love this film. I'm a big King Kong fan. I like monster movies in general, but I'm a big King Kong fan. And that film was great. So that is the end of this shelf. I'll be putting up more videos of the other shelves, the other bookcase that I have full of Blu-rays. There's a lot more to come. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good night.